Most anime fans have probably never even heard of these shows, but some of them are honestly more worth watching than the biggest hits from their era. I picked one underrated anime from every year between 2010 and 2020, 11 shows in total. Some are criminally overlooked mystery masterpieces, some have ridiculous premises that somehow work way better than they should, and some are the kind of hidden gems that stay with you long after you finish them. If you're running out of anime to watch, this list might be exactly what you need, and the further down we go, the better these picks get. Number 11. Working. The entire story takes place inside a family restaurant where absolutely none of the employees are normal. One guy collects weird little trinkets. One girl is terrified of men but could probably beat up half the city. Someone spends every shift slacking off. Someone else knows everyone's secrets. And there's even a mysterious girl who basically lives in the ceiling. The show doesn't really have a villain. It's just people going to work, hanging out, falling in love, and getting themselves into ridiculous situations. Sounds simple, but the character writing is fantastic. Everyone has such a distinct personality that you'll remember them after only a few episodes. What really makes it stand out is that the anime adapts the entire original story. Every relationship gets a proper ending. No forced harem drama, no endless shipping wars. A rom-com that balances multiple couples and actually gives all of them satisfying conclusions is surprisingly rare. If you like lighthearted comedy with a little romance mixed in, this one's absolutely worth watching. Number 10. Bento. Every night, when the convenience store starts putting half-price stickers on the bento boxes, war breaks out. In this world, fighters from all over gather at supermarkets to battle over discounted meals, and everyone follows a strict code. You can't move before the stickers go on. You can't take more food than you can actually eat, and once someone grabs a bento, they're off limits. The people who follow these rules are called wolves. After stumbling into this world by accident, the main character starts meeting all kinds of legendary competitors. Some clear entire sections by themselves. Some dominate every battle they enter. Different regions even have their own factions and fighting styles. The whole premise sounds completely ridiculous, but the show treats it with total seriousness. Watching people risk everything for a discounted lunchbox should not be this exciting, and yet somehow it is. Throw in a cast of memorable girls and one of the catchiest ending themes you'll ever hear, and it's easy to see why so many fans still love this one. Number 9. Encouragement of climb. A childhood accident leaves the main character terrified of heights. Someone who once loved the outdoors slowly turns into a girl who never wants to leave the house. Then she reunites with her childhood friend in high school. Her friend is obsessed with mountain climbing and decides to help her conquer her fear by taking her back into the mountains. The story itself is very simple. A group of girls go hiking, enjoy beautiful scenery, and slowly grow as people. Along the way, you also get plenty of real-world hiking knowledge and some genuinely gorgeous landscapes. But the biggest strength of the show is the bond between the characters. Watching their friendships grow while they overcome challenges together makes the entire series feel incredibly warm and relaxing. If you're looking for something calm, cozy, and genuinely comforting, don't skip this one. Number 8. Opote. This might be the weirdest premise on the entire list. It's a school where every student, except for one male teacher, is a personified firearm. Each girl represents a different gun, and their personalities reflect the traits of the weapon they're based on. Some are reliable, some constantly malfunction. The series is mostly a lighthearted slice-of-life comedy with no major overarching story. Most episodes focus on everyday school life and the interactions between the characters. What makes it surprisingly interesting is how much real firearm knowledge it sneaks into the story. A lot of the character designs directly reference the actual structure and mechanics of the weapons they represent. So even if you know nothing about firearms, you'll probably learn something by the time you're done watching. For military fans, this is definitely one of the more unique hidden gems out there. Number 7. World Conquest Zvezda Plot. The main character runs away from home and ends up meeting a strange little girl. That girl turns out to be the leader of a secret organization, and her goal is simple. She wants to conquer the entire world. The boy ends up joining the group and gets dragged into one bizarre mission after another. The premise sounds ridiculously over the top, but the show is surprisingly fun. The uniforms are absurd. The speeches are absurd. The reasons behind their operations are even more absurd. At one point, they launch an entire operation just to eliminate secondhand smoke, but whenever a real fight starts, the show suddenly gets serious. The switch between comedy and action feels much smoother than you'd expect. If you're into anime with a unique identity and an original story, this one's definitely worth checking out. Number 6. The Perfect Insider. Two protagonists travel to a remote research facility on an isolated island. They're there to meet a legendary genius. Instead, they find themselves in the middle of a murder mystery. Inside a completely sealed room, a body wearing a wedding dress suddenly appears. No one knows how the crime was committed, no one knows who did it, and that's where the story begins. This is a classic locked room mystery. Nearly the entire series revolves around a single case. No unnecessary side stories, no filler. Every clue is hidden inside conversations and tiny details. As the investigation moves forward, the truth slowly starts coming together. The case itself isn't the most complicated mystery ever written, but the central trick behind it is genuinely brilliant. If you love murder mysteries, logical deduction, and stories that make you think, this one is absolutely worth binge watching. Number 5. The Great Great Passage. If someone told you there's an anime about making a dictionary, your first reaction would probably be that it sounds incredibly boring. And yet this show has made a lot of people cry. The Great Passage follows a team of editors spending more than a decade creating a Japanese dictionary. They collect mountains of research, verify every definition, and carefully examine how every word is actually used. The work is slow. The progress is slow. And that's exactly why it hits so hard. The show isn't really about how dictionaries are made. It's about the people behind them, their passion, their dedication, the reason they're willing to spend years of their lives chasing a goal most people would never even notice. There's no huge conflict, no constant drama, but somehow it pulls you in anyway. And before you realize it, you're completely invested. If you enjoyed something like Run with the Wind, give this one a chance. Number 4. Laughing Salesman. New. If someone could make your biggest wish come true, would you trust them? A mysterious salesman named Moguro Fukuzo specializes in giving ordinary people exactly what they want: success, happiness, the perfect life. Whatever they're looking for, he can provide it. But every wish comes with a price, and the moment someone breaks the rules, things usually end very badly. Each episode follows a new client. You watch them get exactly what they've always wanted, then slowly destroy themselves with it. That's what makes the series so interesting. It's hard to call Moguro a villain. He tells everyone the rules up front, but human nature has a way of ruining things. The entire show feels like a collection of dark fables. Strange, funny, and surprisingly thought-provoking. Number 3. Mitsuboshi Colors. 3 elementary school girls create a secret organization called Colors. Their mission is supposedly to protect the peace of their city. What they actually do is cause chaos everywhere they go. Their favorite target is a local police officer. Pranks, tricks, nonsense. Every day is another attempt to make his life harder, and somehow he keeps putting up with it. There's barely any overarching story. The whole show is basically 3 troublemakers running around and getting into adventures. Sometimes they'll test your patience. Most of the time they'll make you laugh, especially when the poor cop gets caught in the middle of whatever nonsense they've come up with. Number 2. Endro. If you think defeating the Demon Lord is where the story ends, this anime starts where most fantasy stories would finish. Within the first few minutes, the Demon Lord loses, but that's only the beginning. She gets sent back in time to when the future heroes are still students. Determined to avoid losing again, she disguises herself, sneaks into their school, and starts trying to stop them before they ever become heroes. The problem is that the girls destined to defeat her are all ridiculously lovable. As time passes, real friendships begin to form, and eventually, the Demon Lord finds herself trapped between 2 outcomes: change the future, and the world could be destroyed. Leave it alone, and she's destined to lose again. The first half is pure comedy. The second half hits a lot harder than you'd expect, and the ending is one that fans still remember years later. Number 1. Dropout Idol Fruit Tart. 5 girls with almost no popularity decide to form an idol group in order to save the dorm they're living in, but reality hits fast. They have no connections, no resources, no fan base. They're starting from absolutely nothing, so they spend every day trying new ideas, looking for any chance to get noticed. What makes the series stand out is how honest it can be about the idol industry. Right from the beginning, the producer points out an uncomfortable reality. Most people don't pay attention to hard work. They pay attention to whatever grabs their attention first. And the girls are forced to keep chasing their dreams while dealing with that reality. Add in a fun cast, plenty of cute interactions, and all the charm you'd expect from an idol anime, and you've got a hidden gem that's well worth checking out. And that's all 11. How many of these have you actually watched? If you could only pick one to start with, which one would it be? And if you've got your own underrated anime recommendation, drop it in the comments. It might end up on the next list. See you next time.